Before I had a kid, I didn't know a lot about babies. I hadn't spent a lot of time around young kids, and I'd never even changed a diaper. I honestly wasn't sure when they would start crawling or what teething really meant, and I couldn't have told you whether they were supposed to walk first or talk first. There was one thing that society had imprinted even into my totally baby oblivious brain, and that was that babies' heads were supposed to smell awesome. Then, as a new dad, I got to experience it. For a precious few weeks, my daughter's head just smelled perfect. I'm not really good at describing smells, but it definitely smelled a little sweet and I guess floral. And I swear, if this is a thing, it even smelled innocent. Most importantly, it smelled like her. Eventually, the smell faded, but it got me thinking, what's going on here? Is this just all in our heads, or is there actually a unique baby smell? And if so, did babies evolve to smell good for a reason? Today, we're talking about the science of baby head smell, what goes into it, why we're so obsessed with it, and how companies, and maybe even the natural world, are hacking our brains by trying to imitate it. Let's get started. Thanks for joining me. My name is Eric, and I'm a dad and a former scientist. And on this channel, I break down the science behind fatherhood, and parenthood more broadly. If you enjoy this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. And if you have a question about becoming a parent or being one that you want to know the answer to, share it in the comments and I'll dig into it. This really all starts with the murky history of pheromones and the decades-long search to try and identify them in humans. The term pheromone was coined in 1959 in the pages of the journal Nature by the German scientists Peter Carlson and Martin Lüscher. It comes from the Greek pheron, meaning to transfer, and hormone, meaning to excite. They were trying to distinguish these chemical scents that go from one individual to another over the air from the kinds of hormones that we secrete into our own blood. At the time, most known pheromones were limited to the insect world. And this is still kind of the classic image of what a pheromone really is. One specific chemical that triggers a very specific behavior, especially in less complex animals. Scientists quickly set out to try and find a human pheromone, but with limited success. But plenty of research has documented how we respond to odor cues from the people around us. And honestly, this might be as close to pheromones as humans get. Scents that subtly move us toward or away from one another. One now famous study found that women were more drawn to the scent of men who were genetically distinct from them. And lots of research has shown how important smell is to bonding between parents and their children. One of the earliest studies, published in 1983, found that women could identify the smell of their newborns after just a couple of days. Even women who had barely had any time to bond with their babies because they were recovering from C-sections. Just a few years later, other scientists showed that this scent imprinting took less than an hour, after which 90% of mothers could pick out their own baby's smell. With just a little more time, 22 out of 22 women could find their baby by smell alone. And it's not just moms that get in on the sniffing action. Most studies have been on moms, it's true, but a few have shown that dads can tell their own baby's scent. Like this one from 1998. That found that 90% of dads could tell which sample of amniotic fluid, one of the components of new baby smell, came from their own kid versus some stranger. It's nice and all to be able to identify your baby by their unique smell, but evidence suggests that it's more important than that. The scent of a new baby actually changes our brain activity. We know this because scientists stuck 15 new moms and 15 childless women into MRIs to measure their brain activity while being exposed to the smell of an unrelated newborn. The scent triggered the reward centers of their brains, especially a region known as the dorsal caudate. This was true for all women, regardless of whether they had children. But mothers' brains responded 4 times more strongly than the brains of women who didn't have children. So to recap, within an hour, new moms, and probably most dads too, can identify their babies by smell alone, a smell that triggers the reward circuits of our brains, ensuring that we find the experience of our highly dependent new family members to be pleasurable. What then is this magic elixir made of? And can you buy a bottle of it for yourself? Stick around because we're about to identify the perfect recipe for that new baby head smell. And spoiler, it includes goats. It took until 2019, but a group of Japanese scientists finally decided to try and pin down what underlies the newborn head smell. As they demonstrate in this uncanny valley figure, they trapped special odor-absorbing beads against the heads of 5 newborns with some elastic cloth for 20 minutes, then identified the chemicals with the help of a mass spectrometer. As a comparison, they performed the same analysis on the chemicals emitted by samples of amniotic fluid, which has often been thought of as one of the components of the new baby smell. In all, they found 31 chemicals coming off of baby heads. Some of these 31 compounds were also found in the amniotic fluid, but that left 13 chemicals that were unique to the baby's skin. The baby head smell included compounds like limonene, named for the lemons that it comes from, along with several other citrusy scents. There was minty menthol, and there were other chemicals known for their leafy, hay-like smell, reminiscent of freshly cut grass. There were some that smell like roses or other flowers. The recipe also included benzaldehyde, the ingredient in artificial almond extract, and a chemical called 1,3-butanediol that smells like bell peppers. There were compounds known for a creamy, buttery smell too, and the caramelized notes of brown sugar. But it wasn't all lemons and roses. The floral, citrusy, grassy scents were balanced by a class of compounds known for unpleasant, rancid, cheesy smells, even ones that smell like goats. Some of these rancid odors, like valeric acid, are readily converted into chemicals that smell like apples or pineapples. Others just stink, like goats. What really fascinates me is what the scientists did next. They took the most abundant chemicals isolated from baby skin and mixed them together to create a sample of artificial baby head smell. Then they presented this imitation baby smell to a few dozen young people, both men and women, who didn't have kids. After 15 minutes, they then asked them to try and pick out the scent among a group of other smells. 70% of both men and women correctly matched the baby head smell after this delay, well above the percentage you'd expect if they were just blindly guessing, and better than their performance when trying to match the scent profile of amniotic fluid. It's not the strongest evidence, but the results suggest that we're somehow primed to zero in on the unique smell of newborns, and that we're even better at remembering it than we are with other smells. What really tickles me is that there's almost certainly, to this day, still vials of imitation baby head smell sitting in a Japanese lab somewhere on a shelf or maybe in the freezer. I kind of wonder if the scientists are ever tempted to go and take a whiff when they're having a bad day. And I bet they could sell it too. But as we're about to see, they've probably been beaten to the punch. While academic researchers have just started to piece these clues together, big companies have been zeroing in on baby head smell for decades, whether they realize it or not. Johnson & Johnson launched their blockbuster baby shampoo in 1953, touting its gentleness on the eyes.
It can't harm my eyes. No more here. Gold for babies.
Johnson's doesn't irritate Janet's eyes.
Only Johnson says no more tears.
Today, it's still number one. While its instantly recognizable scent might have changed somewhat over the past 70 years, today it boasts notes of rose, grapefruit, and pineapple, a clear overlap with the odors captured by the Japanese scientists. Some of the chemicals disclosed by Johnson & Johnson are almost identical to those found from real babies. Others are chemically different, but with similar notes. Honestly, this didn't surprise me that much. Any parent could have told you that the shampoo seems to bring back memories of those precious weeks with genuine newborn smell, while expertly replacing them with ones that you can buy in a bottle. Whether their chemists were intentionally trying to mimic new baby smell or just gravitated towards similarly pleasing scents, it ended up as a brilliant marketing hack. And it means you may not have to break into a Japanese lab just to steal a vial of artificial new baby smell for yourself. Just grab a bottle of soap in your bathroom closet and take a big whiff. And it's not just baby products. Every perfumer in the world is using mixtures of these same chemicals to help us stand out from the crowd and attract mates. The most classic component of perfume is probably rose oil, which overlaps with the scent profile of both baby skin and baby shampoo. And this brings us to the point of some rampant speculation. Consider for a moment, why do we as humans like the smell of flowers? We're always told they smell nice in order to attract pollinators, but those are usually insects. So would there be a reason that we like the same smells that bees do? Surprisingly, science has yet to land on a convincing answer to this question. Some people say it's probably because flowers signal that fruit is nearby and that we've evolved to enjoy that association. And perhaps that would make sense. But my dive into the scent profile of baby heads has made me wonder, what if we're drawn to flowers because they coincidentally smell like our own children? What if with each generation of flower breeding, we've done nothing more than concentrate the irresistible aromas of our own offspring? So that every time that we bend down and smell a rose, what we're really doing is subtly hacking our own evolutionary drive to bond with fragile young newborns. This idea is essentially impossible to prove, but it puts a smile on my face. To imagine that we've created a world where a greenhouse nursery with dozens of different flowers in bloom now smells surprisingly like a baby nursery. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Have a question about pregnancy, birth, or child development that you want to know the answer to? Leave it in the comments and I'll dig into it. Until next time, thanks for watching.